Hi, this is James. Welcome back to the channel. I want to apologize. I have footage of construction at Missouri, and I have some stuff from a few other places, and I just haven't had time to make the videos. So I'm going to try on Sunday to make something. Missouri's construction's coming along. I saw Kansas. The visiting side is completely gone. They've already started with the foundation for the new visiting side. And so that's going to look really good. I really like the lights on Kansas stadium. It's supposed, those single stack lights, they represent the waving wheat of Kansas. So it's really cool that they're integrating the culture of KU into the stadium. The big Kansas logo in the one end zone, the white square with the red K in the middle. That looks pretty cool. So there's stuff going on that I'll try to, and I haven't been down to Austin in a couple months. I know that their indoor practice facility has to be moving along, so we'll get to that. But I was supposed to have some. I was told that if TCU beat Ohio State, that they were going to have a show. When I say they, I'm talking about the Monty Show. His first name isn't Monty. He's just using part of his last name, but that's his nickname. And for video purposes, I'll call him that. I'm not a good enough friend to call him Tim. I think that would assume a level of friendship that we don't have. We're good acquaintances. Him and his son Jake do a great job covering sports. They're very lighthearted. They're very funny, and they do a good job. They do throw in some irreverent humor from time to time, but that's okay. Excuse me. So here's my response to the Monty Show about the TCU Ohio State game. Number one, I want to talk about the foul on Harding. Look, the guy was elbowed in the face by an Ohio State player, and the foul was called on TCU. The foul was called on Harding. That is completely idiotic. As another YouTuber puts it, it would be like 2 + 2 = potato. It doesn't make any sense at all. And the fact the refs did that was, they totally blew that call. I mean, the player went like that right into Harding's face, and it was uncalled for. It was not a basketball move. He was trying to intimidate Harding. He was trying to push him out of the way, and it was uncalled for. You can't have things like that in the 21st century. We're trying to keep young kids from getting head injuries, and that's the kind of thing that's going to cause a serious head injury. Of course, very end of the game, my guy Edmonds, number 24, he made some key rebounds throughout the entire game, but he made the game-winning shot. I mean, I knew that this guy was special when I saw him against Baylor. He went up. It was one play. He was surrounded by 3 guys, and he went up and got the rebound and put it back in. He's just a man amongst boys. He will do well in the NBA. There's no doubt in my mind. I know everybody wants to talk about AJ DeBanza and that one guy from Kansas, and those guys are superstars. But Edmonds is the type of guy you want on your team that's going to go get those hard-earned rebounds, and he's going to extend possessions, and he's going to give you another chance to score points. So that's the kind of guy you want. Think of him as like a poor man's Dennis Rodman. He's not as good as Dennis Rodman, but he can fill that role and be a good, solid NBA player. And if he improves his shot from the outside beyond 15 feet, then he'll be a star, no doubt. But he needs to work on that. Then you have Punch. He wears number 15. For those of you who aren't familiar with TCU, he had key rebounds and he had points in the paint. And I tweeted the Monty Show and said the fact that he sat on the bench for a lot of the first half and he was in foul trouble is going to be a good thing, because what that means is he gets some rest. So when he got put back in the second half, he had more gas in the tank than a lot of the Ohio State players, and he was able to make plays. In fact, when TCU got cold, a lot of the other players got cold, and Ohio State made their comeback. And let's face facts, Ohio State was going to make some adjustments, and they did. And they made a great comeback. There's no doubt. I have nothing but respect for Ohio State. They're a good basketball team. But what do? You go to your main guy, and that is Punch, and he's the one that got the thing going again for them. He was able to score points when others were not. So speaking of people that did not, and I expect Lelavicious. He wasn't playing his best. I really think he'll have a comeback game against Duke, and they need him to, because if he shoots like this against Duke, they're not going to win. He was only 2 from 8 from the field. He was 0 for 3 from the three-point line. He's got to play better. He has to play better if TCU is going to have any chance at all against Duke. Now, Robinson picked up his game. There's no doubt about it. He played lights out in the first half, and I was pleasantly surprised. He was and overall for the game, he was 6 of 11 from the field, and he was 4 of 6 from 3-point line. So he stepped up his game. So the good thing about your role players is that if one is not playing well and someone else steps up, that's okay. But Pierre didn't have a good game either. He was only 1 of 7 from the field, and he was only 1 of 3 from 3-point line. So you can't assume that only one of the if 2 of those 3 are shooting well, then the TCU has a chance. Now, if all 3 are shooting well, then I think TCU could win. But obviously Duke is the favorite. The Boozer brothers are legit. They're really good athletes, and I got nothing but respect for the Duke program. But bottom line is, I said TCU was going to beat Ohio State, and if you look at their record, I believe, and I'll look it up right here because I want to be accurate. If I look at, let me go to basketball, and then I'll go to teams on ESPN.com. Scroll down, got schedule. Let's see here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So since their loss at Colorado, they have wins, and I'm talking about the beginning of February. They beat Kansas State, Iowa State, Oklahoma State, UCF, West Virginia, Arizona State, Kansas State, Texas Tech, Cincinnati, Oklahoma State, and they lost to Kansas, but it was 78-73. So wait a minute, there was a loss against. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if you count, that they don't have. That's weird. They don't have the Big 12 tournament on here. So, but bottom line is they finished 9 of 11 in their last 11 games, from February 7th until the end of the regular season. They finished 9 of 11, and so they did win. I believe they won their first round game in the end. Anyway, Bottom line is they're hot. They're playing well. And Monty can talk about it however he wants to talk about it, because that's it. He has the right to have his point of view. But I think TCU is a good basketball team. Do I think they're great? No, I don't. The only great teams in the Big 12 are Arizona and Houston, and I think Iowa State is playing very well. Something happened to them in the Big 12 tournament, and somebody lit a fire under them. I mean, they barely got beat by Arizona. So I do think the Big 12 is going to do well in the big dance. Is it possible TCU could upset Duke in the second round? I think it's possible. If Duke plays like they did against Siena, TCU will win. Now, Duke's got really good coaches. They're going to use that film. And this is the best thing for a coach. And this, I want Monty to hear me on this, because I do know what I'm talking about when it comes to sports. He tries to pretend like I don't, but I do. When you are a coach, what you want is at the beginning of a season in football, or at the beginning of the tournament, you want to win, but you want to have some mistakes on film to look at so that you can correct your team, and you can have an opportunity to coach them up. What a perfect opportunity to show them that nobody's just going to lay down and play dead because you got Duke written across your chest. You got to go out there with effort and intensity and punch them in the mouth, not literally, but you got to go out there and play with aggressiveness from day one, from the first minute, as soon as the tip-off takes place. Because if you don't, the other team is going to believe in themselves. They're going to have some momentum, and they're going to, hey, we can beat these guys. Siena had the lead all the way up until, about 6 minutes until the end of the game. And let's face facts. That game was not Siena trying to win a monumental upset. That was Jerry McNamara's audition to be the coach at Syracuse. But that's a whole nother story. But the bottom line is, Duke, I think, is going to learn from this. My heart says I want TCU to win, but in my head, I know that Duke is the very heavily favored team. And quite frankly, Edmonds and Punch can't be the only two guys that are scoring in double digits. Well, Robinson did too, but Lelavicius and Pierre also have to shoot well. And if they don't, they're going home. That's the bottom line. So, anyway, if you are new, please hit like and subscribe. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I love, mainly, I love football stadiums and basketball arenas, because I think the architecture of those places represents the culture of the campus. And when you go to a place and you can see that firsthand, it's really cool. So that's why I do what I do. I love college sports. And if you do too, please hit the like button. Please hit subscribe. I don't know, honestly, when my next trip is going to be. I'm not going to go up to see my family. I have some family in New York State. When I do that, I want to go up and see Penn State and Michigan's stadium, because I've seen, of the 8 stadiums that have over 100,000 capacity, I've seen 6 of them. So I want to see the other 2. And sometime, I don't know when, but I would love to be able to go up to the Northwest. I haven't seen, well, heck, I haven't even seen Stanford and Cal in Northern California, but let alone Oregon, Oregon State, Washington State. Boise State would be awesome to see once their construction is done. So we'll see what happens. So maybe I can find somebody, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Jake, that would be willing to at least do a video of that indoor practice facility. I've seen renderings of it at Oregon, and with that clear, translucent roof, it looks absolutely phenomenal. It would be absolutely amazing. I think they should go with a regular roof instead and save the money. But this is Phil Knight's money, and they can spend it however they want to. So, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon.